What's up, you guys? TechChucker here, and I've got a review of the Marvel Legends Monster Venom Wave Poison. I have to be honest, I don't know a huge amount about this character, but it still looks really cool, and since I really want to finish that Build-A-Figure, obviously I had to have it. Found them at GameStop for a little bit more than what they typically go for everywhere else, but I'm still pretty happy with it. So let's go ahead and take a closer look. Alrighty, let's go ahead and take a look at the articulation first. So his head is on a ball hinge and he can look up about this far. He can look down this far, which is pretty good. He's got good side-to-side motion. There's nothing getting in the way there. And then he has a pretty decent amount of tilt in his head. I'm actually pretty happy with that. Moving down into the shoulders, he's got the standard ball hinges in his shoulders. And he can get his arm just above his shoulder, which is actually really nice. There is no butterfly joint, but that's, I'm okay with that. He does have good rotation, nothing wrong there. He has an upper bicep swivel, that works good. Double jointed elbows, those work really nicely. And then in the wrist, he has a peg joint and a hinge joint, and that is the same on both sides. Moving down into the torso, he's got the standard hinge, and he's able to crunch forward that far, which is actually really quite good. He's able to arch his back about that far, which is pretty good as well. He has a waist swivel, nothing wrong there. And then in the hips, he's got T-jointed ball joints in those hips. This one's a little bit stuck. But that's okay. I would have liked to have seen it go a little bit further, but I'll live with it. He's able to kick his foot or his leg just about a little over 90 degrees almost, and then he's able to kick back only that far, which is pretty disappointing. He does have an upper thigh cut. Those work good. Double jointed knees. Those actually are a little more limited than I would have liked. That I wish went a little further. He does have an upper shin cut. This one is stuck. Let's just do this one. So he does have an upper shin cut. That works good. He has an ankle disc hinge. He can get his foot back far, all the way back, and a decent amount forward. So overall, the articulation is all there. Nothing too spectacular, nothing too surprising. I'm pretty pleased with it. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the sculpt and the paintwork, because there's some really nice aspects to this and a few spots that I'm not a huge fan of. I really like this head sculpt. I think they did a very nice job. I like the color of the plastic. It's kind of an off-white creamish color, which is kind of cool, but it almost feels like there's a little bit of a weird sheen to it, which I really actually like a lot. I think they painted this face sculpt really nicely. There's some cool silver effects along here and around the eyes and in the mouth. I just think they did a really nice job. The one thing that I really wanted to point out is this spine sculpt work that they did on his back. That I think just looked really cool. I think they did a nice job there. And then they also added some silver tipping paint on these I don't even know what this is. It looks like a flame, but I don't think it's a flame. That looks really nice as well. There's a lot of these little silver highlights throughout the figure. They did it down on the legs. The only thing is they stopped at the knee. They didn't do any of those silver highlights down on the knees or on the shins or on the feet or anything like that. And they also didn't do any of it on the back. That would have been cool if they had done it on the back. That really would have completed this figure. But the one thing that I do and don't like are the tentacles. And the main reason for it is it's really cool. I like it, but I wish that these were actually bendable and, well, they are bendable, but I wish they were posable. And I get it, they're really thin plastic. I don't know that they would have been able to get wire in there. But if these could have been, wire in some way, shape, or form so that you could shape them however you wanted, that just would have made this so cool. Because it just, from the side, it looks a little dumb. To me, it looks kind of dumb. And not being able to pose some forward and some back with these tentacles, I mean, you can kind of get them to go a little bit, but they're not going to stay forever. I don't know, that just would have gone a long way. But I do like that they sculpted the spider body on the figure, and they sculpted 2 of the legs on the body as well. The paint is pretty clean. I mean, it could be a little bit better. They missed a little bit there, but that's my biggest gripe with the sculpt and paint work is these well, they're not tentacles, they're the legs. They could have gone a little bit further with them potentially, and that really would have made this figure awesome. All right, and before we measure this guy up, I did want to talk about the sculpt of the hands. So we get a fist hand and a claw hand, and the really cool part about it is this is not the standard fist hand that we've gotten from all other legends. They actually sculpted in the claw on his thumb, which I think is really, really awesome. To be able to have a fist that is a little more unique to the character is really, really nice. I appreciate that very, very much. But let's go ahead and take a look and see just how tall Poison is. He's coming in. Notice I found my old ruler, so we're back in business here, and he's coming in at about 6 1/4, just a hair over 6 1/4 inches tall. Let's see how tall he is compared to Deadpool. Deadpool comes in roughly a hair taller than him, because I believe Deadpool is about 6 1/2 inches, yeah. So there you have it. I'm actually pretty happy with the sculpt and paint work aside from those leg pieces. And last but not least are the accessories. And unfortunately, Hasbro did not give us any accessories with this character. And the easiest thing would have been to have additional hands. We could have had 2 claw hands and 2 fist hands. That would have gone a long way for this figure. Maybe an alternate head, though, I don't know if an unmasked head would make a whole heck of a lot of sense. So, I get it with this figure. There maybe isn't a huge number of accessories that we could have gotten, but it still would have been nice to get those extra hands. Alrighty, there you have it, folks. I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Make sure you hit the bell notification so you know when I upload another video. And until next time, I'll see you later.